Okay, so to get to the radiator housing seals, which there's 2 bolts there, 1 and 2, you must remove the housing, or so I've been told. You have to remove the housing, but I'm going to try and just get it up far enough so I can get this block under it, and that should give me enough room to slide the housing out past this little bit of plastic here, because I don't think there's a bolt right at the back here, that bolt there, which is going to be a pain to get out, so I'm going to just loosen it and leave it in there. Okay, so I've got all these bolts out already, loosen, and then we'll see if we can do it that way. Okay, so there we have it. I've undone the bolts on the manifolds, and I've undone the back bolt, which is very difficult to get to, but could not slide it out. So I've got it up enough to lift the manifold and put a block of wood under it, so it should give me enough room to slide the radiator cap manifold, or whatever you call it, out. Okay, I haven't undone any plugs or anything, just the 4 bolts, or whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts on top of the manifold, and the front air filter, just the 2 bits that connect. That was it, so hopefully that will be enough to get it off, because I here unplugging things. I think I'll just unplug these 2 hoses, and the radiator hose, and then that will get, I should be able to slide it right out. Okay, I've removed the hoses that were really stuck on, so it gave me an injury. Of course, you cannot avoid, well, I can't avoid hurting myself whenever I work on a car. Doesn't matter what I do, I always get scraped or cut. Anyway, so they're undone. Now I am undoing the 2 bolts, that one and that one, 10mm socket required, and that's all there is. 2 bolts on this, so that's the bottom one. Oh, what's this plastic thing on there? And that's the top one. Don't know what that is. Anyway, all that tells me it's the top one. Hey, I'll have to investigate a bit more, see if there was one in the hole for the, oh, there is one. There is one just sitting there. Carefully get it out. Trying to lose them. Okay, so I'll slip that back onto the boat. And they are both the same size. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, now I will try and jiggle it out. Oh, it's fairly loose. It's very loose. And there it is. Easy peasy. Do not have to take the whole manifold off. Very good. Don't undo anything. So there's my shitty old, oh, they're ruined. Shitty old gaskets. I mean, O-ring. Looks like they're greased up. Okay, and I'll was told, do not grease them up or oil them up because they swell, and that can cause leaks. So hopefully this is it, and it's not my water pump. Okay, I'll give it a clean, put the new ones on, and we'll put it back together. Okay, there's the old seals. The O-ring looks pretty rat shit, but the other funny shaped one still in good nick. So that's where the leak looked like it was coming from the O-ring, the top. Just put the new ones in. Easy process after cleaning, giving it a good clean. And clean the surface there as well. I use the razor blade. It's hard to get to though, but it looks fairly clean. And ready to put back in now. And that's it. Nice snug fit. We'll just do up the bolts and hoses and see what happens. Boy, I hate when that happens. Anyway, I'll get the socket onto it now. There's 2 bolts there. And the hose shear, and then these 2 hoses. This one goes to the right, this one goes to the left. And then I'll put the manifold back on. Okay, took the block out. I've got the hoses back on. Now just putting the bolts back in. Okay, make sure do the one at the back first. You gotta do it by hand. Alright, so get that as tight as you can by hand first. Alright, just jiggle it, make sure the manifold's on snug. And start tightening these. Just doing the crisscross pattern. I don't know what the torque is, I think it's 10 Nm. I don't know, I'm just gonna do it by hand. Even though I've got a torque wrench, but I don't think it's that necessary. What else was there? Hose is done. I didn't undo any wiring, so that's good. Yeah, just put some fluid back in it, put the filter back on, and then we'll start her up. Okay, so just putting the filter back on. Okay. It's pretty straightforward, just to make sure nothing gets folded under. There, that's it. It did nice and easy. Okay, all bolts, they're all done. Hose is all done. Just gotta tighten these up and put some radiator fluid in, and no bleeding hole on this, so I don't know what the process is, so I'm just going to fill it. I'll fill it through there. I'll leave the cap off and I'll let it run for a bit, make sure any bubbles come out, top it up if I have to, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, let's start it up. Fingers crossed there's no leaks. Alright, turn it off. Okay, thanks.
That's it?
Yep. Alright, job done. So far, so good. Doesn't look like there's any leaks. I'll take it for a good drive and we'll see. And I'll top it up. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's good. Because I hate working on cars. But that made it easier, not taking the manifold off. Not having to undo or unplug anything. That was good. Okay, over and out.